There's been more traffic chaos in Sydney. Drivers were banked up for kilometres after an oversized truck crashed, closing the M5 East tunnel this morning. Heavy earth-moving equipment being carried by the truck smashed into the tunnel ceiling, bringing a steel beam carrying ventilation and lighting crashing down. Amazingly, only one person was slightly injured, but tens of thousands of drivers were caught in the snarls. Engineers are assessing the damage, but the tunnel isn't expected to be reopened until tomorrow morning at the earliest. George Roberts reports.
It could have been fatal, and it's left police stunned but relieved.
From our experience as police, seeing such a heavy vehicle involved in such a small confined area, the absence of injuries is quite astounding.
At about 11 o'clock this morning, the truck carrying a large earth mover ploughed into the tunnel, tearing down a 50-metre section of roof. The excavator flipped off the trailer and landed on its side as twisted metal and electrical equipment fell onto cars. Louis Pizarro was driving just a few metres behind the truck.
Just like an almighty bang, and yeah, the roof coming down.
His ute was damaged, but incredibly he walked away unscathed.
There's a couple there, I think they were behind me, they're pretty shaken up. So
he even grabbed his camera to film the destruction. Police investigating the accident say the truck driver either ignored or didn't notice a laser height warning system which was triggered. The RTA says there's no excuse for what happened.
There are numerous signs which he would have passed. There are also, of course, there is also a height detector which activated, and we know that he completely demolished a steel safety barrier.
But the RTA is happy with how it responded, saying traffic was diverted within half an hour.
It's probably operated better than we would have expected.
So far, it seems, the state government has avoided a repeat of last month's F3 debacle, when emergency contraflow systems weren't activated for hours.
George Roberts is still at the M5 tunnel. George, what's the situation there now?
Well, engineers have assessed the tunnel and they say that there's no structural damage, but they've still got their work cut out for them. They'll be working well into the night to clear the mangled metal bars, the lighting systems and the air conditioning which was torn off the roof. And that's before they can even get to the excavator and the truck, which are still blocking access to the tunnel.
Now, it started out supposedly as a 12-hour closure that's been revised to opening tomorrow morning. Is that realistic, do you think?
Well, the RTA is quite confident that they can open at about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, but witnesses that we've spoken to say that there's severe damage to the tarmac, which was caused by the excavator toppling off the back of the truck and gouging holes in the bitumen. There are also reports, that that's been soaked with diesel, so that may need to be mopped up and then the tarmac relaid before cars are allowed back into the tunnel. The RTA is pretty confident can do that quickly, but they're adamant that they won't open the tunnel until it's safe.
So if it does take until Monday for it to be safe, I guess that takes it into peak hour.
Well, yes, there have already been 10,000 cars affected, and that's just today alone. Now, that's just a fraction of the amount of cars that you can expect in peak hour on Monday morning. So, as you can imagine, the RTA is under a fair bit of pressure to get the situation fixed up before then. We've also heard that the Transport Minister David Campbell has been personally overseeing this from the Traffic Command Centre. Now, he was accused last month of being missing in action over the F3 situation, so he'll be keen to be seen as being on the front foot on this one.
George Roberts reporting from the M5 tunnel.